Guys, welcome to Herbie's Reef. We have been trying to get a video out to you guys forever, and we've actually recorded several different videos, and things have prevented us from posting them. Like on one of them, we recorded the whole thing and our new chiller was going the whole time, and it's not the quietest chiller, so it kind of ruined the video. So we're going to redo it and hopefully get this one posted today. I have my daughter's bird on my shoulder, so if you hear any little comments from this bird, that's who is back there saying yeah. Anyhow, as an update, the tank is doing really, really well. We went ahead and purchased a new chiller. It's the Teco, and it's the TK2000. And we picked this chiller over we had a 1/10 horsepower chiller, and we moved to this one. It's a 1/4 horsepower chiller, and we did that in case it's hot, in case our air conditioner ever goes out, because it gets really hot here in Texas. We're in the Dallas area, and it gets so hot that I'm always paranoid that if our air conditioner goes out or if the electricity goes off, then I don't have any way of keeping the tank cold, and it'll just kill it. And this chiller, I am told by the company that it will absolutely keep this tank within range even if we don't have air conditioning going. And we purchased a generator that will run the whole tank and the chiller and everything, so we hopefully have lots of redundancy here. So now onto the tank. These torches are growing. The ones on the right here, the 21 tails, it has several new heads popping up, and so does the one above it. Those are both our cherry corals ones. This one, he just calls this a cherry corals gold, but I think it's very similar to the traditional dragon soul. The 21 tails, I'm told, is a dragon soul also, but it's like a hybrid, and it's definitely got more of the yellow and gold in it. And then the one above it is just our regular Indo gold. So they're all slightly different but similar torches, but they're all just getting huge. And then above that we've got the Holy Grail, and this one is getting bigger, but it's a very slow grower. It's starting to split into two heads, but I don't know if you guys can tell that on the video. It's probably my favorite torch right now, so I can't wait for it to get as big as the others. And then at the top we've got a New York Knicks, and I don't know if we've ever shown this one. We have two that we purchased as New York Knicks, but one of them, I'm not positive the guy was being honest with it. It doesn't look like a normal New York Knicks to me. So this one is for sure, and it's a really nice one. It's starting to open up and get really big. And then on the left, as we move over, all of these are growing so well. The one on the bottom is our Hellfire, and we bought that one. It was like a head and a half when we bought it, and now it's almost up to 6 heads. And above that, it's two different torches, but they're the same color. Those are called the Cali Kids Ultra Indo. And we were just going to keep one of these in here, but we love them both. One tends to get the really long tentacles, and the other one has more intense color. So I'm not sure why, even though they're the same variant, they looked so different, but for now we're going to keep them both in here, and if it gets too big, we'll gradually we'll pick one or cut some of the heads and move them to the frag tank. And then on the left, we've got the Hulk, and that was a freebie that Cali Kids gave us with one of our purchases, and probably the nicest freebie I've ever gotten. I really like this thing. It's an Aussie torch, but it's still really pretty. And then below that, this is our newest addition. This is a Grim Reaper, which is an Aussie torch. I'm told the tentacles can get really long on it, and I've been looking for an Indo torch that has this same coloration, but has really long tentacles. I saw one on another YouTuber's videos, and I can't seem to find one, but I'm looking for the crazy long Indo tentacles, but kind of this coloration. His had a little more intense green at the tips. So I don't think this one's actually the one we were looking for, but I still like it. I don't know if I'd purchase it again or not, but I still like it. And then as we move into the Ghani area, we have redone this whole thing. The sand bed was getting really crowded, and our little Diamond Goby here, who has been nice enough to stir up the sand for you guys, he would just pour sand all over the little Ghanis. So they were getting unhappy. I'm having to move a lot of those to the frag tank, because I've almost lost several of them. So we're hoping this Fireball's Ghani, we're hoping it will do okay with him in there. It seems happy still. The other Fireballs, we have 2 of them, and the other one we had to move to the other tank because it almost died. And I don't know if that's because I got it too close to the chalice, or if it's from the Watchman Goby, but either way, it's happy now. And then we put a few more of them up on the arch here. So the one in front, this bright pink one, that one we moved up here, and then the one in the very back that's a TCK, and he called it a yellow center, TCK yellow center, and it's doing pretty well. And then we had the amazeballs Ghani, we put it on the sand also, but it was just not happy there. So we've moved it back up here, and we moved the purple torch over to the left. I mean the purple Ghani. Because it takes up so much room, and it was shading the amazeballs, which is why we moved it to the sand. And I think they're going to be happier here. It's still not opening as well as it was, but I think it's definitely on its way back. And then we also moved the Aura Ghani from up on the pedestal down to the sand, and it seems totally okay with being down here. So that's most of what's going on. We still have this humongous, this is our original bubble tip anemone. This is one we would like to get out of here, but I just can't seem to grab it. Its base goes all the way under that rock, like it's on the bottom of it. So it comes out every day, and then at night it goes down, and anytime I try to stab it or get it, I just can't get it to let loose. So I may try to put a rock over it and see if I can get it out of here. I love the way it looks, but it splits, and then the babies go over by the torches and try to sting them. So it just stresses me more than it's worth, so I'd like to put it in the anemone tank. Oh, and the bad news is our copper band butterfly, who we loved, my very favorite fish, he died. I can't tell you what happened. He was fine. The morning he died, he was fine. He ate that morning, and he was a really good eater. He wasn't skinny at all. And he was even picking at the rocks that afternoon, and then that night we couldn't find him, and we found him behind the center rock dead. So I have no idea what happened to him. There was no sign of disease, no sign of any fighting. He was just dead. So I think that's going to be our last try. It's just too heartbreaking to see these fish die over and over. I don't know if it's just that they're not very, I don't know. I see other people who are able to keep him. He ate so well, I thought it was a for sure winner, but didn't make it. So I think that's the end on that one. The other update we want to take you back to the frag tank because we got some new corals in there. So we're going to move around there, and we'll see you in a second. Hey guys, here we are again. We just tried to make this whole video, and we realized we had the fan in the fish room on, and it's super loud, which was one of the reasons we weren't able to post the last video we made. So this is take 2, and hopefully I won't leave anything out that I had in. But this is our SPS frag tank, and it is the best we've ever done on SPS growth and coloration. We've been using the Reef Moonshiners method, and it's really helped this thing with both the growth and the colors, and even the algae. He claims that when you get the bacterial balance right, your algae just kind of comes together. And between that and these yellow tangs, we have had 0 algae issues since then. And before that, all these frag plugs were just covered. I fought with it all the time, and now they're white as they can be. So I think we have finally found the secret, at least part of the secret to keeping these things, between the Alcatronic, the Reef Moonshiner method, and just the calcium reactor and lots of stability. They are super happy. In fact, like these green slimers I just cut about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, and they're totally encrusted. And these bubblegum digis are just so beautiful. The color is just an intense bright pink with the yellow tips, and it just goes on and on from there. Every coral's looking good. The blue tips on this Mega Man, they're kind of hard to pull out. Sometimes it tries to just have pure green, but the blue tips have really come out for me, and everything is doing well. As far as new corals that we've gotten, I think we showed you guys last time, but here is our new Jason Fox Jolt, and it is starting to encrust a little bit. It's a tiny little thing, but we got it for a way cheaper price at the last TCK live sale. So it's tiny, but it'll grow. And then this last week we picked up this one. This is a Jason Fox Sunday Driver, and it's been on my list of wanted corals since I saw it, but it's always been around the $1,100 to $1,200 price range. But on Father's Day he had it on sale for $640, which is still just a crazy price to pay for a tiny coral. But I went ahead and jumped on it because I don't think I'm going to see that price again for a while. And It's not beautiful right now. When it came in, it was a little prettier, but these, I don't know, these Teniuses that are colored really well, they just don't tend to ship well. Every single one I've had has grayed out on me, and this one did the same. But the color will come back, and it just needs to settle into this tank, and the color will come back. We're going to try to post pictures of what we took. And then beside it, we kind of have the same situation. This is another expensive coral. This is a Cherry Corals pink highlighter, and I'll try to show you one of the mother colonies of this one also. But I purposely bought this one knowing that it was not colored well. He sold it. It's normally an $800 piece, and this one was also around $640, and he listed it just that it needed some coloring up. And I talked to him, and he said just with time in the tank and stability, it should get the colors back. So we're going to hope for that, and I'll let you guys help me watch the progress. And then with that one, we also got this one from Cherry Corals. This is just an ASD rainbow millie, and it's beautiful. Like I know that this is not a super high end or anything like that, but I've always thought this is a pretty coral. And this particular frag just is colored well, and it's got all these pieces coming out already, so I'm real excited about this one. And behind that, you can see our Walt Disneys. These were totally gray when we put them in here, and they were tiny pieces, and they're finally starting to show some color. I'm hopeful that it will get the traditional Walt Disney colors soon, as all these little nubs come out and form new sticks. I'm hopeful they'll get that beautiful purple and pink that it can get. And then as we move to the left, this is our home wrecker, and it also grayed out. I think we've shown you all pictures what it looked like. It was almost pure pink and purple when we got it, but it grayed out, and now it's starting to get some of the color back. Just today, the tips kind of turned purple like this, and you can see the pink coralites coming out. So I'm hopeful that it's really starting to turn and get some more color, but I know that it could be a full colony before it really develops the pinks and purples. It has encrusted, or started to encrust, so I can't wait to see this thing grow more. And then to the left of that is the Matv Rainbow Envy. This one's grown really well, and it's kind of a hard coral to keep from what I read, but I just can't get it to color up. If any of you guys know the secret, I have this thing, I tried it in lower par. Right now I've got it in about 500 par, and it should have some reds and it should have some yellows, but mine is pretty much green. It's got a little bit of blue, but mostly green. So if any of you know the secret to coloring this thing up, I would love to know it. I'm gradually increasing my nitrates just a bit to see if that helps. It's definitely helped the home wrecker color up, and I'm hopeful that maybe this one will too. And then I'm just going to have Emily kind of pan to the left, but you can see that our Pink Floyd's looking good, and then the PC Rainbow's starting to get some new stick branches growing off of it, and same with the Jason Fox Solar Flare. And then this Palmer's Blue Millie is just a beast. It keeps growing, and it's probably my favorite one in here right now. I know it's not a super high end, but I love it. It's beautiful. It has so much movement to it. So it's a fun coral. And I think that is mostly it for this tank update. We're excited to see it grow, and we're going to let you guys follow along on the way. We're going to try to make a couple more videos and release them a little sooner than what we've done. And we've got one that we want to make on the anemone cube. We'll probably do the anemone cube and the other frag tank together. I want to show y'all we had some problems with the anemone cube, and I got a bad batch of salt. So I will show you guys what happens if you don't check your salt before you change your water, check your alkalinity in it, and we'll do that update soon. So until that time, you guys please like and subscribe. Please comment and let us know what you want to see or if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.